Hey everyone, we're diving deep today into something suggested by senior technical writer Curt Robbins.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, this one is for all you technical writers, documentation experts, and IT pros out
Uh,
there. Um, we're going to be looking at Shay Adler's article. It's called 2024 Technical Writing, The Journey from Documentation Specialist to Everything-ist.
hmm.
And it was just published last month, actually,
Oh, wow.
December 18th, 2024.
Okay.
And, it kind of paints this really fascinating picture of how the role of technical writers is expanding.
Okay.
So think, UX writing,
Right.
marketing content,
Yeah.
content strategy, all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Shay even compares a modern technical writer to a Swiss Army knife.
Oh, interesting.
What do you think about that analogy?
I think it's a pretty powerful image,
Yeah.
It really captures that versatility that's expected of technical writers today.
Right.
Like you need a tool for every situation.
Yeah.
And you're expected to be proficient with all of them. But while versatility is valuable, there's a flip side to that, right?
Sure.
Just like with a Swiss Army knife, you might end up with a tool for everything.
Right.
But not necessarily excelling at any one thing.
Right. And that kind of leads right into one of the article's big concerns,
Oh, okay.
which is that companies are expecting technical writers to do more with less.
Yeah.
So essentially, they're cramming multiple roles into one job description.
Right.
And let's be honest, one paycheck.
Yeah.
So the article kind of argues that, expecting a single technical writer to handle UX,
Right.
marketing, and traditional documentation
Yeah.
is unrealistic, and it just leads to subpar output in all areas.
Yeah, I can see that. What kind of long-term consequences do you see kind of stemming from this trend?
Oh, well, I mean, you could almost predict the domino effect, right?
Mm.
So inconsistent documentation leads to confused users,
Yeah.
which piles up support tickets
Right.
and ultimately contributes to employee burnout.
It's a recipe for disaster for everyone involved.
Yeah, nobody wins in that scenario.
Exactly.
Shay uses this really interesting analogy to illustrate this point.
Oh, okay.
Cooking a 5-course meal for 50 people. You can technically do it,
Right.
but the quality of every dish is going to take a hit.
Right, you're spread too thin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there an example that comes to mind
Oh,
where you've seen this play out in a company's documentation or user experience?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen situations where a company tries to save money by having one writer handle everything.
Oh, wow.
From API documentation
Got it.
to website copy
Sure.
to marketing materials.
Wow.
The result is often just a hodgepodge of
Yeah.
styles,
Yeah.
inconsistent terminology,
Right.
and a general lack of polish.
Right. Doesn't look professional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And users pick up on that immediately.
Oh, yeah.
They get frustrated,
Yeah.
they lose trust in the company,
Right.
and it ultimately hurts the bottom line.
So we've got this picture of technical writers being stretched thinner and thinner.
Right.
And then the article throws AI into the mix.
Oh, okay.
Shay compares AI to a hungry toddler, full of potential, but needing constant attention and guidance.
Right.
What are your thoughts on the role of AI in technical writing,
Yeah.
especially in this context where writers are already overloaded?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah.
It's definitely a hot topic right now, for sure.
Okay.
I think AI has the potential to revolutionize how we create and manage documentation,
Okay.
but it's a tool, not a replacement.
Right.
The hungry toddler analogy is spot on, right?
Yeah.
AI needs constant nurturing, training, and guidance.
So it's not as simple as feeding information into a system and getting perfect documentation out the other side?
No, definitely not.
What are some of the specific things that technical writers will need to do to effectively manage and collaborate with AI?
Well, I think they'll need to become experts in what's called prompt engineering.
Prompt engineering.
Yeah, which is basically the art of asking AI the right questions
Okay.
to get the output you need.
Gotcha.
They'll need to double-check everything the AI produces for accuracy,
Right.
make sure it aligns with the company's style and voice,
Okay.
and perhaps most importantly, they'll need to be able to recognize the limitations of AI
Right.
and understand when human intervention is still necessary.
It sounds like even with AI in the picture,
Yeah.
strong writing and editing skills are going to be more valuable than ever.
Oh, absolutely.
And the ability to think critically about the information AI generates is going to be key.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. AI can handle things like, generating summaries or translating text,
Right.
even suggesting different wording.
Okay.
But it can't understand your audience's needs the way a human can.
Right.
It can't anticipate their questions
Right.
or tailor the tone to fit your brand perfectly.
It sounds like AI could be a powerful tool in the right hands,
Yeah.
but it also adds another layer of complexity to an already demanding role.
Right.
Do you think there's a risk that companies will view AI as a way to further overload technical writers?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Expecting them to manage the AI on top of their existing workload,
Yep. Oh, yeah.
that's a valid concern.
Yeah.
If companies aren't careful,
Yeah.
they could easily fall into the trap of thinking that AI is like a magic bullet
Yeah.
that will solve all their documentation problems.
Right.
But in reality, AI is just another tool. And like any tool, it needs to be used thoughtfully and strategically.
Shay makes the point that if a company needs a dedicated UX writer,
Right.
they should hire one. If they need someone focused on marketing content,
Yeah.
they should invest in that role.
Right.
Trying to get one person to wear all those hats
Yeah.
is a recipe for subpar work across the board.
Right.
It sounds like that message applies to AI as well.
Absolutely.
You can't just throw technology at the problem
Right.
and expect it to magically fix things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Companies need to have a clear understanding of what they're trying to achieve with AI,
Right.
what its limitations are, and how it fits into their overall content strategy.
Right.
And they need to make sure their technical writers have the time,
Yeah.
the resources, and the training they need
Right.
to effectively work with this new technology.
The article really stresses that point.
Yeah.
That if companies overload technical writers
Right.
and then add AI to the mix without proper support and planning,
Yeah.
it's likely to backfire.
Mm-hmm.
You might save some money in the short term,
Right.
but in the long run,
Yeah.
you're going to end up with unhappy writers,
Absolutely.
confused users,
Yeah.
and documentation that doesn't serve its purpose.
And remember, documentation is often the first impression a user has
Oh, that's a good point.
of your product or company.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of your brand.
And can make or break a user's experience.
Right.
If the documentation is poorly written,
Yeah.
confusing, or incomplete,
Yeah.
it can really damage your credibility.
So it seems like the big takeaway here
Yeah.
is that investing in skilled technical writers and using AI strategically as a collaborative tool,
Right.
not a replacement,
Right.
is the key to creating effective documentation and a positive user experience.
Absolutely.
What do you think, for our listeners out there on the front lines of technical writing, what does this shift mean for them? How do you see their roles evolving in the next few years?
It's a fascinating time to be in this field.
Yeah.
Technical writing has always been about adapting to new technologies
Right.
and finding ways to clearly communicate complex information.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with the rise of AI,
Yeah.
technical writers have the opportunity to take on even more strategic roles
Okay.
within their organizations.
Yeah. They can become experts in using AI to streamline workflows,
Okay.
improve content quality, and create more personalized and engaging user experiences.
And as Shay highlights in the article,
Yeah.
their ability to adapt will be crucial.
Oh, absolutely.
Technical writers have always been problem solvers and
Right.
bridge builders between complex technology
Well,
and the people who use it.
yeah.
And those skills will be even more valuable
Mm-hmm.
as AI becomes a more prominent part of the landscape.
Absolutely. And that adaptability might involve developing new skills,
Right.
like prompt engineering or content curation,
Okay.
or it might mean taking on leadership roles in shaping how their companies integrate AI into their documentation process.
One thing that stood out to me in the article was the emphasis on specialization. Even as the technical writer's toolkit expands,
Right.
the need for deep expertise in specific areas, whether it's API documentation, UX writing, content strategy,
Right.
it isn't going away.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, especially as AI enters the picture?
Right.
Do you see these specializations becoming even more important?
I think specialization will continue to be important,
Okay.
even as AI tools become more sophisticated.
Yeah.
While AI might be able to handle some of the more routine tasks across different types of technical writing,
Okay.
the nuances of each specialization, understanding the specific audience, the terminology, the best practices, that'll still require a human touch.
Right.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
AI might be able to help you translate a user manual into multiple languages,
Right.
but it can't capture the subtle cultural differences
Right.
that might influence how users in different countries interpret those instructions.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So for technical writers who are looking to future-proof their careers, focusing on developing deep expertise in a particular area,
Right.
and staying up to date on the latest trends and technologies in that area,
Right.
is still the way to go.
I would say so, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think that also applies to the development of AI skills. Rather than trying to become a generalist in all things AI, it's probably more beneficial to focus on how AI can be specifically applied within your chosen specialization.
So a UX writer might want to dive deep into how AI can be used to personalize microcopy or analyze user interactions.
Right.
While someone focused on API documentation might explore how AI can automate the creation of code samples or improve the searchability of technical reference material.
Exactly.
And I think that kind of specialized AI knowledge will be incredibly valuable as companies look to integrate these tools into their workflows.
Absolutely.
So to wrap things up, it seems like we're at a crossroads in the technical writing profession. The scope of the role is expanding. AI is changing the game. And the need for specialized expertise is more important than ever. But through it all, the core skills of a technical writer, clear communication, problem-solving, adaptability, remain essential.
Absolutely.
What's your final piece of advice for our listeners as they navigate these changes?
Stay curious, keep learning, and don't be afraid to experiment. This is a time of great opportunity for technical writers who are willing to embrace new tools and ways of thinking. And remember, the human element of technical writing, understanding your audience, crafting a compelling narrative, and making complex information accessible will always be in demand.
Great advice. A huge thank you to Curt Robbins for suggesting this thought-provoking article. And thank you to all of you for joining us on this deep dive into the future of technical writing.
Thanks for having me.